Hello, Can family. How are you doing today? As you know, every Saturday we analyze different coins in the crypto market based on your requests. And this week we analyze around 10 different coins and publish the charts on our Telegram channel. Now, in this video, we are going to dig deeper on each analysis and tell you what may happen according to different time frames. And in the end, we are going to finish our video with a spot signal coming right from our VIP channel in order to help you decide when and where to buy and invest in different coins. So without further ado, let's go to the first analysis that we published this week. The first chart that we got here is Bunk. Bunk is a meme coin, and as you can see, it got a lot of attention by the end of 2023. And this meme coin delivered around 20,000% profit from the beginning of its ascending zone. But as you know by now, most meme coins lose their value through time. You can see that price went into a distribution phase, and with ranging around the zones, it started to lose its value. Now, with the sharp correction that we saw on October 10th, we cannot say that this coin is suitable for buying at these levels. You can see the trend line has been lost and price is completing its distribution phase in order to calm down and start a new phase. By this point, you should know that the reaccumulation phase requires a lot of time before this coin is ready to start a movement upwards. So overly speaking, we do not recommend buying this coin around here. And if you are very patient, you should plan your buy orders inside this reaccumulation phase. Moving on to the next coin, we got TON. We talked about TON last week as well. And because a lot of people asked for an update, here we are. Now, I told you before that price has already lost the support of its ascending trend line. And right now, after finishing distribution phase, it's going through another redistribution. And after finishing its distribution phase, it's going through another distribution. That's why we call it redistribution phase. Now, right now, you can see that price has entered a strong support zone. So between 1.5 to $1, price of tone is actually nice to buy for a short time rally. Between these two zones, you can set DCA in order to accumulate this coin for a short time profit before it is ready to go to lower levels. So if market shows any recovery, we can have at least 60 to 70% from our first buy order. And if price comes to lower levels, then from our average entry about 100%. And finally, from the bottom, we can have around 160% profit. And that's our short-term insight on TON. And our main buy orders will happen when price comes all the way down to these levels. But that's a long time in future. Right now, we should focus on this buy zone. Moving on to the next coin, we got BAN. Now, let's see what we got here. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, you can see the price has been going down under the shadow of this big bad trend line. And the start of this trend line was when the breakout happened in 2021 alt season. Now the breakout happened when we got a huge pump on band in 2020. And you can see that this trend line was formed from here, and then little by little price went into different correctional phases, and every time that it reached this trend line, it got rejected. So with an ABC pattern in mind, we can say that price is playing inside this wave C, and as long as we haven't reached an interesting support zone, it's better not to buy band. But once price reaches these support zones, with two scenarios in mind, we can trade it up to 1000% profit. Now, this support zone is important because it's the basis for where the price action started in Binance to get completely bullish. So most probably this zone will help support price for higher level. And obviously we will take our profit around the first touch at the trend line, and if the breakout happens, then we will book our profits on higher levels as well. Moving on to the next coin, we got Fetch AI or FET. Now with this coin, we can see that price has already reached an interesting buy zone. Although on the weekly time frame you cannot see many bullish activity, this zone can actually act as a nice support in order to push price to finish wave F on this diametric pattern. Now, why we are telling you this? It's because that Fetch AI already showed a nice support after touching these zones, and it delivered up to 245%. So this bullish behavior can mean that price is making a pullback before it is ready to go to visit wave F at higher level. Now, once we get to the first target, and wave F is finished, then we should wait and see what kind of pullback we will have for wave G. If wave G ends in the short form, then we can say that this diametric pattern is over and price is going to push for higher level. But if wave G is extended, then we have to wait for lower support levels. But that's a long time in the future. And right now, what we need to focus on is to just try to buy this coin in the pullback if you're interested. This zone can deliver a nice pullback to the first target. Moving on to the next coin, we got NOT. NOT coin is one of the meme coins that was introduced under the Telegram platform. And a lot of you asked for an analysis on this coin, but this is what we see on the chart. There is not much price action to trade on, and you can see the price has already lost its 100% value in the previous dump in October. These coins are really not interesting, and they normally go up on a hype, and soon after they lose all the hype and value. We strongly suggest you to look for decent coins with strong teams and usability. Now let's go to GLM. What we got here? On the weekly time frame, you can see that price made a nice move in 2021 alt season, and with delivering about 3,000 to 4,000% profit, we can say that wave A was done, and all this ranging that happened around here was wave B buying time for wave C to start. Now, with this trend line shadowing price to lower levels and price rejecting each time that it reached these resistance zones, we can say that this rejection that we have just recently seen is going to pull back price to these levels. And this buy zone can actually be a nice opportunity to finish wave B and then ride this coin to higher target levels. Of course, we need a proper breakout above this trend line for confirmation, but these pullback zones can be actually a good area to try our luck for that. Moving on, we got Baby Doge. I don't understand why a lot of you are interested in meme coins, but okay, this is what you are interested in and what you requested, so we did an analysis for you. Again, Baby Doge, a meme coin which has lost its value, and you can see that even the numbers are stupid and crazy. But here we are, you have to wait for price to come down below the wick that we had in October, and maybe then you could spend some money on buying it for higher profit levels. But you should know that these meme coins are very dangerous type of investment if you want to buy. So try not to go heavily and too deep into these coins. With two scenarios in mind, the black one and red one, which hunts the liquidity below this, we can expect some recovery happening for baby Dogecoin. Moving on to XVG, the name is Verge, and you can see the price started its complex movement on higher time frame from June 23, breaking out above this channel. Now, if we consider the first move as wave A, then we can see that these ugly moves have formed another pattern which can lead into a diametric or even extended into a symmetric. Because once the price action does not make a proper breakout, then the wave G is extended to wave H and I, turning our diametric into a symmetric pattern on null wave theory. Now, if you want to buy this coin, you have to wait for a breakout above these levels because you can see the weekly rejection candles forming up here. So buying it at these points with these rejections is a little bit dangerous. If you're really interested in this coin, just wait for a breakout. And once the breakout happens, then you have to take profit around here because of these highs that we got here. And in the pullback, you can buy in order to ride it for higher target levels and challenging the resistance zones around here. Moving on to PEEP, another meme coin because that's what you are interested in. So PEEP started its growth in early 2024, breaking above this zone. And you can see it made a lot of people rich and it made a huge name for itself in the meme coin market. Now, with the whole hype ending after this pattern, you can see a new pattern has started and it's descending to lower levels. Now, we could have a triangle forming here, A, B, C, D, E, and this wave E could give us a nice push to higher levels. Now, in order to trade this triangle, wave C is where we can jump in. Right now, price has reached the first important support line, and you can see this shadow here can act as a nice support. Of course, these levels are based on Fibonacci extension and retracements that are part of the null wave analysis. So it's not just we put a line here and we tell you that this is nice. There are multi-time frame analysis involved in order to decide when to choose each zone. So based on null wave theory, we believe wave C can extend all the way to this zone. And that's why we have put these lines here. And if you're a buyer on PEEP, you can DCA into the zone in order to ride it for two targets. And if everything works well, in the pullback to finish the triangle pattern, we will rebuy and aim for higher targets. But let's focus on wave D for now. Last but not least, we got Matic as the last coin for this week's analysis. And you should know this coin has been rebranded to POL, P-O-L, and you can search it under this name. Now, if we take a look at 2021 price action, you can see nothing but a big pump happening on this coin up to 2000%. And ever since, price has been going through a very long and heavy correction. You can see an initial heavy correction, which can be considered as wave A, and then the rest of the price action was wave B, driving price to form this trend line. And ever since, price has been going down below this trend line. Now, with wave B finishing around here and a confirmation for wave C, you can see that price action has come down inside this wedge. And with wave C coming to an end, we can expect price to show a nice recovery after reaching these support levels. Now, the support level around 12 cents is very reliable because it's where this zone has formed up. And this is the first recovery pattern that we can come up for wave C to finish. Now, there is another chance for further correction around 7 cents. You should know that these levels are actually created by Fibonacci and no wave rules. So you should go into lower time frames and get the patterns figured out in order to reach to these conclusions. In any case, with two buy zones considered here, we are going to long Matic for up to 1000% profit. And if price goes below 4 to 5 cents, exact number here 0.043, we will take our loss and get out of this position. But for now, Matic seems like a good buying opportunity under these rules. And that's all we have for today. This was a very long video, and I hope you enjoyed each analysis that we provided for you, and you consider how to trade with these charts in lower time frames according to the roadmaps. Don't forget to visit us on Telegram and write down the names of the coins that you want our team to analyze each week for you. We would also appreciate for your support with a like and subscription to our channel. Until our next week analysis, I hope you stay safe. Goodbye.